Hi, we're Daryl and Cindy Coleman. We're the parents of 5 sons, and in 2019, with no signs at all, we lost our son Mikey to suicide. It felt like our whole world came crashing down. We were traumatized emotionally, but out of our painful loss, we wanted something good to come.
We didn't know anything about suicide or mental health, but we knew we had to do something to bring hope to this community. We were shocked to find out that the death rate by suicide in San Luis Obispo County is approximately 54% higher than the state of California's average.
And so in 2020, we started Knowing You Matter with the mission of helping those who struggle with suicide ideation, those who have survived a suicide attempt, and those who have lost a loved one to suicide.
One of the simplest but most effective resources we've developed are our Hope Bags, where we distribute bags to those impacted by the effects of suicide. The Hope Bags include self-care items and a message of hope, as well as information about available resources. We also help develop a bilingual affirmation coloring book and a bilingual gratitude journal, which can be found in the bags. Hope Bags are a way that we can let people know how much they matter, and there is help available. We want them to know that they are not alone. We have distributed these bags throughout local school districts and to Cal Poly and directly to those affected by suicide.
These Hope Bags also contain information about our grief and trauma process groups for those that have lost a loved one to suicide.
The purpose behind the groups is to help individuals understand that trauma impacts them not only emotionally and psychologically, but also neurologically and physiologically. And so the idea is to provide education while also allowing a wraparound experience of support through partnering with other individuals who are experiencing the exact same trauma that they are.
We are currently running 5 classes, all free to the community.
I'm Maureen Curran, and my son Paul Curran died by suicide in May of 2019. After I started going to the grief and trauma groups, it just really helped me understand how to handle my grief. Dr. Moreland taught us different ways to grieve and how we could each try different ways, see what helped us. It makes you feel like what you're doing, the way you're feeling isn't wrong.
My name is Esther Castillo, and my oldest daughter, Esne Renee Castillo, passed away on January 14th of 2023. The grief and trauma groups I found very beneficial, and being able to talk with Dr. Moreland and also with other members who have already hit the first Christmas, who have hit the first Thanksgiving, or being able to not just go through the book, but also having someone else's experience of saying, this is what we did, or this is how I dealt with it, and trying to implement it.
The final element of our focus this year has been community outreach. Connecting with our community is crucial if we are to have lasting impact. In 2021 and 2022, we held our Knowing You Matter Suicide Prevention Conference with over 800 in total attendance.
In April this year, I was privileged to be one of the keynote speakers at the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention's Out of Darkness Campus Walk at Cal Poly, where we had 30 people join Team Mikey to walk in support of AFSP's efforts to fight suicide. Then in October, we partnered with Atascadero Unified School District and Aspire Counseling to put on a free teen wellness forum, which provided training for teens and the parents of teens on a variety of topics surrounding suicide and mental health.
I think one of the coolest things that has happened out of Knowing You Matter and Aspire connecting, meeting each other, is being able to create collaborative partnerships with each other and other resources. One of the things we did was Knowing You Matter, Aspire, Counseling SLO, the San Luis Obispo Education Department, and Atascadero Unified School District all came together to provide a teen wellness forum this October. And we really got to see the community come together, support each other, and really reach out to families and teens that just need a starting point, that need connection, and that need to be communicated with, that it's okay to not be okay.
As a member of the San Luis Obispo County Suicide Prevention Council, Knowing You Matter plays an active role in partnering with multiple mental health and suicide prevention organizations to bring awareness to this growing mental health crisis. Deeper connections result in greater impact in our community and beyond. But we have vision for even more in 2024.
We recently expanded our work into Santa Barbara County with a new additional location in Orchid. This wonderful space will allow us to offer much needed suicide prevention trainings, and we will be able to start training facilitators for our grief and trauma process groups, greatly expanding the number of groups that we can offer.
And we are also very excited to be able to expand our partnerships in Santa Barbara County.
One of the things that really excites me about the work that Knowing You Matter does is cultivating the opportunity for me to provide referrals to people who have lost someone through suicide, and being able to have not only a space to discuss that with other people that have experienced that same trauma, but in addition to that, to provide those people that have lost somebody through suicide with hope and resiliency and support.
Early on, it became clear that part of our role was to tell our story with the goal of breaking the stigma of mental health and suicide. And I'm so excited for the increased opportunities to speak in local schools, colleges, churches, law enforcement agencies, and other community forums in both San Luis Obispo and Santa Barbara counties.
We also use media to tell our story and the story of others who have been affected by suicide. Our goal is to make sure that people know that they are not alone in their journey and that there is hope.
My name is Kim. I lost my son September 2020 to suicide. His name was Cody. I found Knowing You Matter on social media. A friend of mine had reached out to me and told me about Knowing You Matter, so I went on Facebook. I found the video, and it was a video on Cindy and her husband talking about their son, who they had recently lost, Mikey. And I watched her video, and I thought right away I needed to get a hold of her because somebody else is actually going through this. Thought I was alone in it. And I was probably less than a week into it. I connected with all the other mothers, and I didn't feel so alone in the process. Like, we're all in it together.
This year we're looking forward to increasing our video work so that we can share more stories in order that people like Kim can find hope in the midst of their pain.
And we want you to know that through Knowing You Matter, our goal is to turn our pain into purpose so that every person we encounter knows how much their life matters and that they do not have to struggle on their own. We could never do this without your generous support. Your dollars help bring education and healing to those affected by suicide, and your generosity helps bring awareness and prevention to the ever-increasing crisis of mental health and suicide.
You can help us save lives and bring hope to those affected by suicide so that together we can all make a difference in our community. Thank you for your support. We can never do this without you.
Never forget how much you matter, and remember, we are always better together in this fight against suicide. Thank you.